Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, is set in a fictional galaxy ruled by the imperialistic Mother World, whose military, the Imperium, threatens a farming colony on the moon of whatever. Korra, played by Sophia Boutella, a former Imperium soldier, ventures on a quest to recruit warriors from across the galaxy to make a stand against the Imperium before they return to the fucking planet. All right, so this movie, Rebel Moon, came out on December 22nd, I believe. But unfortunately, on December 22nd, that day, after I got back from work, I spent that day watching. I spent the night watching Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and I regretted seeing that movie. Um, so I did not, unfortunately, see this movie on Netflix. And this movie was released on Netflix, and it's directed by Zack Snyder, which, I do love Zack Snyder. I do like, you know, his creative, artistic, direction and style of for his films. So, it's directed by Zack Snyder. So I gotta see it. And there were some people who were talking about this film, and I was like, all right. But unfortunately, this movie came out December 22nd, which is the Christmas weekend, and I unfortunately was unable to see it, and so I waited and waited, and now here we are with the new year, and I was like, okay, now might be the perfect time. Now that there's no holidays, now that New Year's and Christmas, all the holidays are over, now I'm finally able to breathe and to catch up on anything that I've been missing out, and this is an example of that. This is just one of those. So here we are. This movie is, well, I don't, it's a Star Wars ripoff. Rebel Moon is a Star Wars ripoff. I was watching this movie on Netflix and I was thinking to myself, oh my god, this is pretty much like Star Wars. They meet a Han Solo. There's like this bar that they go with they it kind of reminded me of the Cantino band. I was like, this. There was. I don't think there was any Cantino band ish musicians playing in the bar in this film, but I was like, yo, this is so much like Star Wars. It really is, and it's a very poor like carbon copy of Star Wars. And this movie is, stars Sophia Boutella. She is the main star. I don't really, I haven't really seen anything from Sophia Boutella. I haven't even seen the Kingsman movies. Um, I heard, she was great in that. But this is the first film. I feel like this might be the first film where Sophia Boutella is in a leading role. Like she is the star of the film. And let me tell you, for her first time, or maybe I don't know, I could be wrong about that. I really don't like her performance, her acting in this movie. There were some critics that actually liked it. I liked her performance. I Okay, here's the thing. When her character is talking to another character and they're having a normal conversation, her acting is pretty dry and wooden and emotionless. It's only when her character is arguing with another character is when I'm like, okay, not too bad. Her acting is not too bad when she's arguing, when she's in a argument or in a moment of conflict. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. But yeah, overall, I felt like Ed Skrein had his acting is was way better than was way better than Sophia Boutella. But that's just me. I just the narrative is this movie is just it's just terrible. It really is. It's all over the place. It really is. Oh man, like the narrative, the I was so confused on what was going on with the story and the way the film progressed. It wasn't very cohesive. You know what I mean? Um the characters weren't relatable. She's just going from one place, from one location to another, just recruiting recruiting these people, and there's not a moment where we actually get to sit down. Well, I don't. I mean, I could. I might have blacked out, but I don't remember. I don't remember any scene where we get to where we have a moment to relate, to connect with these characters. It's like she's just going to one place to another, recruiting like all these fierce warriors, and that's all. That's it. That's really it. There's no time. There's no effort in building these characters, making us care about them. Maybe in the sequel, but the sequel hasn't even come out yet, and I'm not even I'm not even talking about. I'm not even discussing about the sequel. I don't care about the sequel. I'm focusing on this film. Uh, I don't know why with Zack Snyder. I respect the man. Like I said, I respect the man. He's not my favorite director, but I respect him, and and I do find his direct direction and his work very unique. But I felt like the whole there was like this dark tone towards this film, and I felt like it was very needless. And to be quite honest, I felt like Zack Snyder's directing style has run its course. I this is there's so much slow motion. I mean that's what Zack Snyder it does. He loves slow motion when it comes to his movies. But like it's not, exciting. I'm I don't feel anticipated. I'm not anticipating for anything to happen. I just feel like his directing style in this film was very lackluster. And it's like everywhere it's like everywhere Zack Snyder goes, there's a dark tone, and there's this slow motion follows him wherever he goes, both of them. And also a pretty and also a pretty kick-ass and also a pretty kick-ass score, cinematic score. um yeah, I mean, I will say, even though it had a dark tone, the film does look visually stunning. I mean, it's Zack Snyder. His movies are so visual. Like, at a perspective, it's stunning. This movie is very stunning. I will say that. The action sequences were pretty fine. They were okay, maybe good at some scenes, but not the best. Jamal Hansu. How old is that man? Jamal Hansu. Wait, give me a second. I can. Nope. Okay, that's not gonna work out. My computer. Okay, my computer is wants to not work with me. All right, whatever. I don't know how old Jamal Hansu is, but like he is jacked. He is jacked. He's getting older, but he's still jacked. His performance was a fine addition to it. Anthony Hopkins was, I mean, he voiced the robot. That's it. I don't really care about, yeah, I just don't really care about the characters. I don't mind the actors. I just, I'm just not really connected to the characters as I want to be. So, yeah, Rebel Moon. What a terrible movie. What a completely messy movie. Not the worst thing I've seen. Definitely not. But man, is this movie just all over the place, just a mess. But anyway, thank you everyone for taking the time to listening to my review for Rebel Moon. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate it more if you like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely like and subscribe, because if you like and subscribe, you'd be helping my channel by tons, by a bunch, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.